Elie Wiesel quotes, "I pray to the God within me that He will give me the strength to ask Him the right questions." When a person doesn't have gratitude, something is missing in his or her humanity. Indifference to me is the epitome of evil. Mankind must remember that peace is not God's gift to His creatures. Peace is our gift to each other. Friendship marks a life even more deeply than love. Love risks degenerating into obsession. Friendship is never anything but sharing. The dream is the small hidden door in the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul. I have not lost faith in God. I have moments of anger and protest. Sometimes I've been closer to Him for that reason. To forget the dead would be akin to killing them a second time. Because I remember, I despair. Because I remember, I have the duty to reject despair. I believe in the ethics of memory, the aesthetics of memory, the poetics of memory. We must take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. Hope is like peace. It is not a gift from God. It is a gift only we can give one another. To be human is to suffer from amnesia concerning the tragedies of others. The only way to deal with grief is to go through it. When you curse, at any rate, you curse intelligently. You curse to redress a balance. We are all brothers under the skin, and I, for one, would be willing to skin humanity to prove it. Our obligation is to give meaning to life, and in doing so, to overcome the passive, indifferent life. There may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time when we fail to protest. The world is not a place of worship. The world is a place of potential worship. When you die, it does not mean that you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. What hurts the victim the most is not the cruelty of the oppressor, but the silence of the bystander. I still believe that one day, mankind will bow to the altars of God and be crowned triumph over war and bloodshed. Not to transmit an experience is to betray it. There is divine beauty in learning. To learn means to accept the postulate that life did not begin at my birth. Others have been here before me, and I walk in their footsteps. I write to understand as much to be understood. The world is ruled by neither justice nor morality. Crime is not punished nor virtue rewarded. One is forgotten as quickly as the other. I marvel at the resilience of the Jewish people. Their best characteristic is their desire to remember. No other people has such an obsession with memory. I decided to devote my life to telling the story because I felt that having survived, I owe something to the dead. The true witness is the one who testifies for the victims. There is a difference between a book of 200 pages from the very beginning and a book of 200 pages which is the result of an original 800 pages. The 600 are there, only you don't see them. The question is not how to get cured, but how to live. Words can sometimes, in moments of grace, attain the quality of deeds. I belong to a generation that has often felt abandoned by God and betrayed by mankind. Without memory, there is no culture. Without memory, there would be no civilization, no society, no future. Man's greatest weakness is his love of life. All other weaknesses derive from this. Everything begins with the weakness and everything ends with it. Indifference is always the friend of the enemy, for it benefits the aggressor, never his victim, whose pain is magnified when he or she feels forgotten. There is a difference between being born and being made. I was made, and I know why. I swore to never be silent whenever and wherever human beings endure suffering and humiliation. Even in darkness, it is possible to create light and encourage compassion. That it is possible to feel free inside a prison. That even in exile, friendship exists and can become an anchor. We must not see any person as an abstraction. Instead, we must see in every person a universe with its own secrets, with its own treasures, with its own sources of anguish, and with some measure of triumph. The most important for me is not to remain a bystander. The most important for me is not to be indifferent. I have learned that I must learn always, learn everywhere, learn by all means. To be human is to take care of another person. If not, you're not human. Human beings should be held accountable. Leave God alone. He has enough problems. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. In the kingdom of memory, the throne is unoccupied. To remain silent and indifferent is the greatest sin of all. There are victories of the soul and spirit. Sometimes, even if you lose, you win. I have more faith in the human being than I do in God. It's God whom we can't understand. The past is never dead. It's not even past. Some stories are true that never happened.